Baba Miller is in the portal. Baba Miller is a big man player, prospect, center, humongous guy, 6'11", 215. Played at Florida Atlantic last year, where he was good. Had a great season, really, for the first time in his career. Started his first 2 years at Florida State. Ends up with Jacobs at FAU, a fate that I wouldn't wish upon anybody. And he finished with 11 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists last year on 49% from the floor. As a huge 6'11" human, he's also a pretty good shooter. Shot 34% from three on 3 attempts a game, 64% from the line, 2 blocks a game. You can see the vision with this kid. Kind of an in-between 4 or 5 type guy, but can stretch the floor a little bit, block shots, fly around. He is hearing from everybody right now, which I think makes sense given the options in the portal. But teams that have reached out to Baba Miller include Louisville, Indiana, Memphis, UConn, BYU, Cincinnati, Florida State, Oklahoma State, Ohio State, Kansas State, and a bunch of others that I'm not going to mention because those are all the big ones that I can see. Talk to me on Baba Miller. Do you think he is a player deserving of these types of schools after him?
First off, is there a culture issue down in Boca Raton with Jacobs' program, Gregory?
Well, I don't know if you notice, but none of them have hit the portal. And Baba hit the portal, my friend.
Yeah,
Caleb Glenn
everyone.
also hit the portal. How many FAU guys hit the portal after one
I,
year with Jacobs?
listen, and I didn't know the F in FAU standard for farm system, but it seems that that's what's currently occurring with Mr. Jacobs' program. Get it in line, justice for Dusty, justice for JJ Metz. Um, Look, Baba Miller coming into Florida State, like he was a guy who was on draft boards, right? Gavoni and crew were very high on him. I believe he's a Spanish national player. He has this, like, you look at him and his size and his skill and what he can do. You like want that guy to be like an All-American, right? You want that guy to be an NBA player. And maybe he does get there because I think he does have the tools physically to do so. It just didn't really come together at Florida State, but he did go to Florida Atlantic and have a productive year. And I think his list is indicative of that. I think you have a guy who is 6'11" and versatile. You don't really see that in a lot of places. And honestly, I think a lot of what his list too is you're still buying the Baba Miller upside too at this point because his ceiling is extremely high if you think it can be reached.
Can it be reached at the high major level?
See, I have doubts about that. I don't know.
I mean, I will say, like, he was at Florida State where he averaged 7 and 5 in 24 minutes. I think it's hard to take anybody from that sort of ecosphere right now under Leonard Hamilton and like think that that defines them as a finished product. It's been a mess the last couple of years. But you think about some of the other names that have like come through Florida State and like gone elsewhere, like Matthew Cleveland, Jalen Warley. Trying to think of other potential guys, like just dudes that you would be like, okay, maybe if they get out of this, they'll break out and be really good. Don't really feel like it's happened. Now, I'm also sitting here simultaneously trying to argue that Jameer Watkins is going to be great wherever he goes. So that's not meant as like an end all be all. But Baba Miller's not that caliber of a player. To me, I would be, I don't know. I get why teams want him, but I think it's more about who's available right now. Like the portal just closed. I don't think there's many studly big men options right now. And if you feel like you didn't land your big man earlier in the cycle, Baba Miller becomes one of the more tantalizing options. I'll compare him to a guy that hit the portal very early and decided to go back to his school. Little bit of Magoon Guath here, except I think Magoon Guath is just way better with way more upside. We interrupt this sleepers video to tell you about an offer from Underdog Fantasy. Cart, you love Underdog Fantasy, correct?
Of course I do. Can I have a moment real quick?
Please. Thank you for that. In fact, I'm going to cut you off because our listeners like when we keep these short and sweet. Underdog Fantasy. Sign up as a new user. Use promo code SLEEPERS. Get bonus funds up to $1,000, 50% of your deposit match. The NBA playoffs are rocking right now. I played Underdog last week with a Cade Cunningham line. I'm looking forward to doing it throughout the entire first round of the NBA playoffs, but there's more. You can place picks on golf. You can place picks on baseball. You can place picks on the NHL playoffs that are rocking right now. Join Underdog Fantasy, promo code Sleepers. Support this show so that we can keep bringing videos to you. Back to the video. But like everybody wanted Magoon Guath. So I can see why these teams want Baba Miller. Now his list is so big, Cart. He could go to one of these championship contending schools, one of the big budget schools like a BYU. And I don't know if he'd be a top three player on those teams, but he would play a role. He also could go to one of the many other schools on his list, like a UNLV, a New Mexico, a South Florida, and be a star, I think. What do you think is a better path forward for Baba?
Ooh. To be honest, probably a school where he actually gets to be featured, like a UNLV. I think would be a better option for him as far as like if getting to where he wants to go and being successful in what he wants to do. Um, but also like in the right system, I think he could be good. I think it would just be as a bench piece, right? Like I think it'd be as like a 20-minute a game guy on a good basketball team.
Yeah, I think you could split the middle here, right? And I'm gonna end up landing on a school that I said the other day for a different prospect, but
Jack's a replacement. I'm kidding.
Indiana.
Oh,
Well, like if you're a very good mid-major big that like wants to go back to the high major level, be on a fun, good team with a lot of money, and also play a big role, is there a better landing spot than Indiana right now? They desperately need a starting center. And they're trying, like, they
so
want Federico, they want
ooh.
Baba. Somebody's got to bite.
See, I don't think so. You think he's a center?
I think he's either a four or a five, but based on what Indiana has right now, I think he would start at the five. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
think on a ideally on a good team, I think he's a four.
I'm saying that'd be an interesting front court for Indiana.
It'd
Be a
be
little it'd be like two finesse 6'10" guys kind of.
undersized. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's an interesting fit. The one thing that I will say just kind of in uplifting of Baba Miller is that he improved greatly at Florida Atlantic, right? Like percentages went up. He attempted more threes. His three-point percentage went up almost, I think, what, 34%. He was abysmal from the free throw line. Still not great, only 64%, but an improvement from the first 2 years. Rebounded better. Obviously, he went down a level, so you kind of expected that to happen. But the percentages being better, I think, was something to kind of take away from that as well. But yeah, I don't know. Looking at his list, it's kind of varying on where he could go. I don't really like the Indiana fit as much. I would like it if they didn't have Reed Bailey, or maybe he's Reed Bailey's backup.
I mean, the other thing here, if he did go to BYU,
He's gonna go play for Jake Diebler, isn't he?
well, if he goes to BYU, doesn't that firm up their starting five in a perfect way?
You run out Rob Wright, Richie Saunders, Devanza, Baba Miller, and Kata.
Yeah.
I love a Baba Miller Kata front court.
I think they actually would pair really well. Like if you're trying to look at a tandem duo, Baba Miller and Kata kind of cover each other's weaknesses pretty well.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah. So all right. I guess let's put a prediction out or maybe where do we want him to go? I officially want him to go to BYU, and if not BYU, Indiana.
So my three: BYU one, Ole Miss two, Ohio State three.
He does feel like an Ole Missy guy too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does.
Quick speed round, by the way. Would you rather have Baba Miller or Merez Johnson?
I'd rather have. This is okay. I'm the wrong person to ask this.
I mean, your hesitation on this is insane to me, but okay.
Yeah. Here's the thing, G. You should know me better than this. I'm a sucker for the Baba Miller prototype. I do this every year.
Would you rather have Baba Miller or Daymara?
Baba Miller.
Okay. So my general feel as this recruitment progresses is this. Uh I love that my coach tied up his shit early. I love it because I think we're now convincing ourselves Baba Miller's some shit that he's not. And I feel like I got two of the top 10 centers in the portal in the first week without all that much competition. But here, the Baba Miller sweepstakes is rocking right now. Good luck to all the schools that still need a center.